Just a warning now, the quality of this video is probably going to be incredibly suspect. Sorry. But hello world, my name is Maya and this is my YouTube channel. Yay! So yeah, particularly I'm going to be talking about books, life, writing. I have a lot of hobbies, but particularly the reason why I made this YouTube channel was to track my reading habits and my reading journey, because when I was younger, I've always loved books and I've loved reading. I've loved going to the library. I have so many books that I have read, haven't finished, bought, but never picked up. And I'm like, well, thanks to COVID, thanks to all this spare time that I have found, I'm finally going to read my books and get back into reading, like I did when I was a kid. What my favorite kind of books are. I tend to really read across all kinds of genres. Like, for example, some of my favorite books could be like Blindness by Jose Saramago, which is world literature, or it could be Certain Dark Things by Silvia Moreno Garcia, which is urban fantasy. I also realized I probably butchered both of those names. I'm so sorry. I'm still learning Spanish. I'm still learning Spanish pronunciation, so please forgive me. Yeah, it's like really hard to place where my interests really lie, and since I just got back into reading, I'm just getting refamiliar with my favorite taste and trying to really figure out my taste. It's hard. I think that is the worst question to ask any book lover, what your favorite book is. I was also aware that there's a Booktube newbie tag, and I looked over the questions and I actually answered them in my blog post. I guess I'll link that down below. And I didn't really want to re-answer those questions here, so I guess some factoids about me. Right now, my current interest genre-wise is probably horror, fantasy, literary fiction, and world literature. A bit of a slow reader, and the fact that I'm also a senior in college, so I'm working on my thesis, I probably read about 5 to 6 books a month. I'm really slow. Like, I really admire people who can read so much, over 10, 15, or 20 books a month. I envy your strength. I don't have it. Because I'm at school right now, I read a lot of books on my iPad, and it's actually an iPad. It's just a really cute case. You see, the weed popped out. But yeah, so I don't really have a lot of my books on me at the moment, which is kind of sad. But in the next month or so, I'll be back at home, so I'll have access to a lot more print books. To actually what books I read in my youth, does anyone remember the dystopia trend in YA fantasy? That was my YA like peak days, like the Gone series, the Scott Westerfeld's, what was it, the Pretties, the Ugly series, I'm Number 4, like that was my reading era, and a little bit of the tail end of the vampire era too. Yes, I read Twilight. Yes, I still hate it. The books that I'm currently reading / going to read next is, wow, can I pick this up? Okay, right here. I promise I read more than fantasy. One of these books is for my thesis, and this one I'm actually currently reading now, and it's really good. So yeah, I'm also going to be reading the Red Sister series next by Mark Lawrence. These are currently being used to hold up my phone right now. I'm sorry. I think the next video that I'll have up next will be my October wrap-up, the books that I read this month. So look out for that. Otherwise, if you liked this video or have some interest in following my reading journey, feel free to like or subscribe or leave a comment. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, maybe.